Assalamu alaikum. How you doing, brother?
Walaikum assalam warahmatullah. How's your week been?
Alhamdulillah, final 10, trying to push through. How about you?
Yeah, final 10. It's been good.
Yeah, I felt like it was the 23rd, but that's always a fitna as far as
Right.
Laylatul Qadr goes.
Right. Just treat it as every night.
No, you're right. You're right about that. So we had an interesting episode last time. Wanted to recap. We're just kind of talking about the current state of affairs as far as financial things are going. A little bit of what do we do moving forward? Should we be concerned and how do we respond to that? So I wanted to, inshallah, pick that up again this episode and try to talk about more practically, like what can we actually do? Where can we get silver? In what form should we be getting it? Things of that nature, inshallah.
Yeah, that sounds good. We can get into the specifics. I just wanted to mention a couple of things because we do want to be very practical and talk about life. And this is one of those topics where we're going to talk about what do you do, with boots on the ground, and how do you navigate the system in this time of uncertainty. And just some very chilling news. I'm not sure if you heard, but a Texas um, plant filled with 18,000 cows was burned down.
SubhanAllah. No, I did not
Yeah,
hear that. This week?
yesterday or the day before
Wow.
yesterday, something like that. Yeah, and there was a culling of 10,000 cows about a year ago. There's laws coming down that you can't grow chickens, or some people are being disallowed from cultivating chickens. So there's a massive effort to, and then the whole Bill Gates thing that's happening with him buying record amounts of farmland. There just
Mm.
seems to be writing on the wall that let's not define who they are. Yeah,
Yeah.
um, they're just there's some sort of agenda in terms of making us dependent on them.
Right.
And again, if we go back to the Jalik, and I'm not saying that those
Exactly.
times are here, right?
I am. Yeah, but yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah.
So it's just a reminder. And I'm again, as we said in the last episode, if you see the day of judgment approach, finish planting your tree.
Exactly. Correct.
And we are of that mindset. I am of that mindset where we just need to keep creating, doing the we're on earth to be the best that we can, and examples to
Sure.
everybody, as
Right.
Muslims, as the people who have been given a certain message that we claim to be the message of all time,
Right.
and the message of truth, and the message of peace, and the message of the answer to all of the world. And so we have to embody that and live that. And so the way we embody and live that, in my opinion, is to be the best on earth in whatever we do.
You
And
know,
that
the other
means being the best worker, being the best person who's working in the job, and et cetera, et cetera.
the other thing I was gonna say is this that I feel like we're surprised when we get these fitnas or these trials or like things go wrong, but it's almost like the surprise is surprising. I mean, like that's what we're here for, right? Like this isn't
Yes.
agenda. Like the whole point is we are supposed to respond beautifully, and how do we do that in whichever context? That's what we're here to kind of discuss. But I guess if we could just stop with the shock and like why is this happening? I mean, I think that would just we could redirect all that energy towards doing what we actually need to do.
100%. Absolutely. This has already been ordained. Everything that's everything that's happening, we already know about it. Like we said in that, we've got the cliff notes.
Yeah.
We already know that this is going to happen, and so we should already be prepared, and we should be preparing ourselves. Oops, is that
So
me?
so speaking of being prepared, that was the alarm for everyone to get prepared.
Yes.
So speaking of getting prepared, we talked generally about silver, okay, and how do we get it, and then also I want to get a little bit into XRP, right, which is a blockchain technology that may
Hmm.
be worth looking at. So help start us off here. I mean, silver, we talked about we should get it. Where do we get it from? In what form?
Yeah. So why don't I share my screen and get right into it? Let's see. Share screen. Start. Okay. Okay, can you see this?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so what I thought I'd do is I thought I'd very, again, trying to be as practical as possible, um, give the listeners a way to actually see, how things are done, which websites to go to, where to buy, what to buy, and it's all situational. It all
Right.
depends on how much you have, how much you're allocating, where do you live, what do you need it for, etc.
There's
There's a
some
rule of
things that
thumb.
are going to be core to everyone, right? I mean, that you can go by.
Yes, yes, and I'll try and keep it. I'll keep it core. There's a rule of thumb that, and that they said that your wealth should be 5% in precious metals. Over the last decade or decade and a half, it has risen to 10%, and now I'm seeing very commonly 30% of your wealth should be in precious metals. And if you really want to, tie the camel, you can go even higher than that. And there's no reason not to go higher than that. Um, in again, if you go back historically, people have gravitated to gold and silver when uncertainty in economic times has encroached in. So let's just get down to it. And we won't talk about amounts. What we'll talk about here is how to do and where to go and be very practical. So I've queued up a number of websites and I'll walk through them. And I've used, I think, pretty much all of the websites that are here, or the dealers that are here over the last decade or so to purchase
What's your
something.
favorite? What's
Now,
your favorite out of all of them?
my favorite is the Golden Statement,
Okay.
and
Got
and
that
and I
as well.
have that I have that up here somewhere. I believe
Okay.
that's yes, number two.
Okay, great.
So minimum order value has been temporarily set to $500.
Mhm.
So interesting message here. There, I wonder if I wonder why this is up. It doesn't really matter, but what I've brought up here on this web page, on this particular page, is something called junk silver. Now, I received a question over the weekend, and somebody said, how do I spend the money? How do I spend my silver if I'm going to go out and go to the market? And
Exactly.
so the first thing that everybody should actually have is something called junk silver. And junk silver are, I think, pre 1963 or 1965 um, coins that were in circulation, and they
Okay.
actually had the silver in them.
Well,
So they actually had 90% silver. Over here, you can see it says 90% silver. These are dimes, and the content in the dime was 90% silver. So this is
yeah.
called junk silver, and you'll receive it, I believe, as a bag or as one of these tubes. Um, and you'll get a bunch of silver. And then if something were to happen and you needed to spend this money, you would go to someone, and if there was a suspension of, let's say, the U.S. dollar, and people were getting into sort of a barter situation, this junk silver would be recognized, and pure silver would be recognized. But
What's the
this is a
difference
great.
between junk silver and pure silver?
So it says 90%. It means the
Yeah.
content of this coin is
Yeah.
90% silver, and the rest of it is probably tin or nickel or something like that.
Okay.
And a pure silver coin, which we'll get to, is 0.9999%, four nines percent pure, or three nines percent pure. You can find them in both.
So why would I have the junk silver to spend versus the pure silver? Why couldn't I just use the pure silver?
Um, the pure silver is generally kept for wealth preservation,
Okay.
and then you generally trade it in. This is general.
Okay.
You
Yeah. Yeah.
generally trade it when you're spending on everyday items like eggs, or water,
Right.
or even in bartering, you can
Uh,
use this. It's more divisible, and they're much
okay.
smaller amounts. So
I
you can
see.
see they're dimes, right? It's a dime. It's a much
Right.
smaller denomination. Whereas 1 ounce of silver, pure ounce of silver, might be worth $150
Hmm.
or
Okay.
$300. Now,
Okay.
if it's 90% silver, it's still going to be worth $90 or
Right. Sure.
$250. But it's just more divisible. It's also recognizable, and readily recognizable in the United States.
Okay.
So this is something that you can do, and then when you click on this, it'll go to different types of bags. So this is $100 face bag. This is a $500. This is $500.
You mean
Um,
$500 face bag? What does that mean?
Good
It's worth
question. I actually
500?
haven't. It's 500. I have to. I
That's
have
saying that it's the value of the stuff that you're getting is worth $500 as of now at the rate of silver.
so the face of a dime is so this $500 worth of
Mhm.
dimes in here. That's what
That's
it
what I'm
that's what
saying.
it means. Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
But not like, 10 dimes in a dollar like that. No, it's just like if we weighed the silver, how much silver is worth now, you're getting $500 worth of this. Is that right?
No, you're getting $500 worth of the face value of the coin. So if it's a dime, it's
Oh,
10 cents. It's 10
okay.
cents, right? So 10 cents divided by 500, that's how many it is. There's going to be 5,000 coins in here.
Okay. So that's
Okay,
not saying anything
5,000.
about the actual value based on how much silver is.
No, so the value of the silver is 90% of that $5,000. 90% of that $5,000 and multiplied by the spot price of silver, which is up here.
So I was going to say, okay, because it doesn't make sense because it's just like if it's worth a dime, aren't we saying it's worth more? I got you. I guess I'm
No.
trying to figure that out.
Yes, exactly. It's a dime on the face value.
Hmm.
So if and I'll show you a gold eagle. Like I don't want to lose my place here, so I won't
Sure.
show it right here.
Okay.
Um, the face value of a quarter is 25 cents.
Okay.
Okay, so there's um there's $100 worth of quarters in this bag.
All right. So it's
The,
400 quarters.
there's gonna be 400 quarters in this bag.
Okay.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's what it means by face value. Now, each quarter has 90% silver in it.
Okay.
90% of that coin is silver.
Hmm.
So the value of silver is very different.
Right. So
The
then you have
value
to
of
weigh
silver,
that quarter to see how much that quarter weighs, and then
no, you won't have to because you already know that it's 90%,
okay.
right? It's already 90%. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. So that's correct. That's correct. You'll have to weigh that quarter. That is right.
Right. And then you basically multiply it by 25.62. Because that's what per gram?
Today,
Yeah. So
per
today,
ounce, per
per
ounce.
ounce. Okay. So basically, I have 400 quarters. I weigh the quarters, and I say, okay, whatever it weighs, however many ounces, then I multiply those many ounces by 25.62, and then I take 90% of that, since it's only
And I and I
90% silver.
and I have a feeling that each a quarter is
Mhm.
basically about 25% of an ounce.
Okay, that's what I was saying.
And
Right,
yeah,
right, right. Okay, I got
so
you.
and right, and a dime is 10% of an ounce, and you can see the math seems to be adding up here. To purchase this bag is going to cost you $2,800.
Sure. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, and then this is $1,000 face bag, so that means this is close to 1,000 ounces. And
Mhm.
if you do the multiplication, $25,000, it's kind of in line, right?
Okay. So you were saying something
So
before about kind of like using these types of websites because basically we want to make sure you're not getting ripped off. All right. So is there a way for me to verify that I'm actually getting this 90% silver, or do I do that by just picking these verified sellers?
yeah, this is a verified seller. This is a SD Bullion is a verified seller.
Okay.
You'll get these are not 2-bit websites. These are dealers that are known,
Right.
and they have alliances with the mint and the coinage,
Right.
and so the coin makers, and so they're not going to mess around with you. You're going to get the correct
Okay.
stuff here, and they have a reputation.
Okay. So what's the next thing
Okay,
to look at here?
so let's go here. So now, so this is to purchase everyday stuff.
Hmm.
You can buy this, and then what
Okay.
you want to look at is the premium. Okay, I'm not gonna. Let's go to the next one.
Just
This
show
is
me the
one
premium
of my.
there.
Yeah, I'll show you the premium here.
Okay.
This is one of my favorite dealers. They're based out of
Oh,
Florida.
okay.
And what the
Florida. Sorry, I just
Yes,
had to give a shout out.
exactly. The Golden State. And one of
Sunshine
my
State. Good.
the Sunshine State. The
Yeah.
one of my favorite, and I own this. One of my favorite coin is the Buffalo, and that's this one right here. And it's actually coined
Yes.
by the Golden State Mint. Now, what you see here is there's a whole bunch of coins here, and you can see,
Right.
look, $36, $31. These are all 1 ounce coins.
I have to believe
Forty
that we
dollars,
landed on the moon to buy that $40 coin.
exactly. $40, $30. See the differences in price?
Okay.
$30, $31.
Right.
So, if you want to purchase something that has like some sort of
That's
a
cool.
fancy, yeah, that's cool or whatever,
Yeah.
then go right ahead and pay the premium. I frankly
Right.
don't care. I
Okay,
want to buy
true.
the cheapest one because a silver coin, a silver ounce is a silver ounce is a silver ounce.
I'm sorry. In the top left, is that a guy being hung from a tree? Right there to the left.
Yes, yes,
Like, why are they selling that?
yes, exactly. Look, there's
Okay,
there's some
Florida
really
does not condone this message. Just want to
there's
say
some
for the
really
record.
weird stuff here. No, there's
Oh
definitely
my
some
God.
really weird stuff here.
Wow.
Empty enemy vaults. This is very wartime stuff, and this
Okay.
is desert slavery.
Slavery.
It is, yeah, it is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Okay, now I just made a statement, and some part of that statement is false. And what I said was a silver coin is a silver coin is a silver coin.
Okay.
That is true. Okay, so this is a silver coin, and so is, let's just go here, silver coin,
Look at silver bars. That just seems more
and
fancy.
and this is a silver coin. But
Okay.
why is this silver coin $40, and why are these silver coins so much more expensive, right?
Right.
Than the one that I just showed you, the buffalo.
Yeah.
Well, this is a silver eagle,
Okay.
and here's the face value. It says here 1 ounce.
Yeah.
And it should say $1 here. Oh, it doesn't say $1. Maybe it's hidden.
Fine silver. Maybe it's fine silver dollar on the bottom right.
It might say 1 ounce fine silver. It might say it. I thought it does say it, and that's what the face
Okay.
value is. Okay. So
Dollar.
so now you can see that is the difference between what you'll pay, which is $42 for if you buy this much quantity,
Okay.
and what the
25.
spot price is.
That seems like a big premium. I mean, I'm not familiar with
It,
this. Isn't that big?
it's a huge premium.
Yeah. What the
And
heck?
this particular coin commands that premium
Even the rooster objects.
because it's a known coin, it's recognizable all over the world, and you don't pay taxes on it.
Right. Okay. So pause there. I want to break that down. So it being known, what difference does that make? I mean, at the end of the day, all I care about is keeping my value. So what difference
And
does
the
it being known? And then what are you talking about paying taxes?
Okay, if I come to you, let's say you run a farm and you're selling eggs, and I don't know
Yeah.
you, you
Yeah.
you don't I don't know you, so we don't know each other. I come to
Sure.
you, we don't have that trust, and
Okay.
I give you a silver buffalo, or
Mhm.
I give you a silver eagle, which is this one.
Okay. This one.
You don't recognize a silver buffalo and you'd be like, oh man, is this fake? I
I
don't
see.
know. I'm like a newbie at this. I don't know
Okay.
if this is fake or not. I'm going to
Okay.
accept only the one that's recognizable. Oh, I recognize the US minted dollar,
I
the
see.
silver eagle. I will take that.
Okay. I see.
That
What about the
is the
reliability built in?
potential reasoning why people end up paying more today. I think it's exorbitantly more.
Right.
The reason why people pay this much is because, number one, they love the look of it, and
Sure.
perhaps they want to travel with it. So if you travel into the US border with this, it'll be
Yeah.
valued at $1, not $25 per
What do you
coin.
mean? So wait, why would I want that? I want $25 and not $1?
The reason why, when you cross the border
Yeah.
and I'm talking about coming into the United States,
Okay.
the United States recognizes this as a single dollar.
Right.
In because when you're asked what is the value of goods that you're traveling with, and the value of this,
Oh, I see.
right,
So I'm actually carrying $25, but technically because the US is bad at math, then it says it's only a
yeah,
dollar.
it's only $1.
So and that affects me how? Because I can bring more in and out without
Yes,
being
you
like
you can bring
triggering
more
people.
in. That's right.
Okay.
You
And
can
tell
bring
me about the
that is
taxes. 'Cause I'm about.
that's exactly what happened. And that is a tax. A duty
Oh,
is a form of a
oh,
tax.
you have to
Is a
pay a
form of
duty on that if
you have to pay a
basically.
duty. You declare it. You'll
Uh-huh.
declare it at the border.
Mhm.
So if you come across with 2,000 of these ounces,
Mm.
in reality, you're carrying $50,000.
Allahu Akbar.
But if you come in with 2,000 of these, they will say you're carrying $2,000.
So what are ones like, and we know the Silver Eagle. What are ones that are like this in this class? If I don't like this weird lady
So
in the front.
each country has its own.
Okay.
Excuse the chicken in the
Oh no,
background.
he's excited. I'm excited. We're all excited
Okay,
about this.
okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So the Canadian maple leaf is another such coin,
I knew it. That thing is beautiful. I will take the Canadian maple leaf.
and look at the premium. It's actually quite low,
You see that? This is why we love our Canadian friends.
but this is only
But I
low
knew there was a catch.
because it's a random year. That's why they're
So what is
not
that? What
giving you a
difference
year.
does that make? What difference does
So
that
if it
make?
was if it was a certain year, certain years command a higher premium. So even over here, you can see this is $40.06, but here's the latest one,
Mhm.
2023, and it's 49. This is American. Yeah, this is American Silver Eagle. It's $40.91. So
So yeah.
yeah.
Where
So
did
I
you
mean,
go to get this page? This is the page of all the legit ones, basically.
this is I just went. This is Golden State Mint. They're
And
all
then
legit.
yeah,
They're all
yeah, yeah. But
legit.
I'm saying these premium ones I'm talking about.
The premium ones are basically country coins. So there's the
Country coins. I see.
Austrian Philharmonic, there's
Right.
the Australian kangaroo,
Interesting.
there's the Chinese panda. So different
Oh.
countries, not all countries, countries that have mints, countries that have silver mines in them will mint their own coin and they'll give it a brand name. And so that's where this comes from.
So what's the best value out of these ones? If I want the best value one, middle path. Give me the middle path one.
For me,
Sure.
silver. So it's you go to Silver Rounds. That's where you'll
Okay.
find the buffaloes. They're just
Okay.
rounds, and
Okay.
they've come up with their own custom design, and this is a
Mhm.
fairly recognizable coin.
Okay.
For me,
That's this one.
uh, for me, what I'm planning to do
Yeah.
is, yes, I do plan to transact every day.
Mhm.
Um, I did not get a chance to
Inshallah.
purchase I did not get a chance to purchase the junk silver, so I'm going to
Okay.
use a coin like this. And
Uh-huh.
for me, I will hunt around for a mintage or
Mhm.
a person who knows. I'll carry um, a person who knows coins, and at the time when I need to change a few, I'll change a few into the prevailing currency that we are living in at
Okay.
that time.
Gotcha. And
That's
this
how
is
I'll do
only
it.
a $5 premium, so pretty much you're still getting most of your actual silver value, so to speak.
So unfortunately, this is a pretty high premium.
$5?
And the reason why the premium has gone up is because we are now moving into a time of increased uncertainty and people
Mhm.
scrambling and buying silver, and silver I think is going to run out. We we Americans in America, they bought more silver last year in 2022 than was minted
Mhm.
in the world in the world. And this year, there's going to be record purchases of silver. And so all the stores of silver are running out.
So give
And
me
that's why
sorry,
it's
give me an
important.
acceptable range of premiums of silver to buy. Like if it's $2 premium, take it and go. But I would never pay more than a $15 premium. Give me like a range like that.
Yeah. I mean, you want to be as close to this as possible. And where I've purchased in the past,
Mhm.
normally speaking, on average, I'm probably around the 2 to 250 range
Premium per coin.
per coin. That's right.
Okay.
So I'm just going to take
Yeah.
a look at. I'm going to do and you should price shop. You should look at different
Yeah.
website and price shop. And I'm just going to
Yeah.
look at fractional 1 ounce silver rounds. So wow, they
You buy
don't have.
bars? I like what's the difference between bars?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I'm just going to look
Yeah.
at. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I'm price shopping here. Take a look at this.
Nice. Boom.
29.91. But if you buy in
Boom.
bulk,
Ah, yeah, there was a catch.
if you buy in bulk, 29.91 for 1,500 a piece,
Let's see.
1,500 ounces at a
Right.
time.
Okay.
So if you buy in bulk, you'll get it for low. So basically as low as if you buy in
Mhm.
bulk. So that's what it is. That's, you know, it's still high from what I've historically been buying. But again, when I've been making my purchases, for instance, I was making those purchases when there wasn't a run to the stores.
Yeah. I like this One Nation Under God one in the top row to the third from the left. And then there's also this other interesting one, second row to the left. This United States of America one. This is one Troy though. What does that mean? One Troy. Like, are we back in Sparta? What's the deal here?
Yeah, a troy is a different weighting. Where
I
does it say
see.
one troy?
To the
Yeah,
left there. Yeah. Okay. It's
uh,
its weight on the bottom of the coin there, right there.
it's the weight. Oh, one troy ounce.
Yeah.
Right. So one troy ounce is actually 31.5 ounces.
Mhm.
Um, so anyway, this is a 1 ounce coin,
Okay.
but a troy is a slightly different weighting, and you should know the difference between that.
So
So when you
shouldn't I buy like heavier things if I don't want to pay as much of a premium? Wouldn't I be better off buying a 50-ounce thing or something?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
So let's go to silver bars. We'll go to this
That's what
website,
I'm talking
and
about.
again, you have 1 ounce bars, and then you have 100 ounce bars, and
Oh,
you'll
okay.
get the most bang for your buck in the kilogram or the 100 ounce bars. Or actually,
Yes.
you'll get the better bang for the buck with the 1,000 ounce bars.
Oh,
The
wow.
problem is that the 1,000 ounce bars weighs 70 pounds.
You work out with that.
Yes, potentially.
Okay. Okay. It's
So let's just take a
efficiency.
look at this, and you can see that this is $28. So it's
Yeah.
about $3 over spot.
Okay.
Excellent,
I see.
excellent choice.
I
Excellent
see.
choice. Here's
Gotcha.
another one. 20.
Mhm.
Look at this. This is 27. This is $2 and change over spot.
Inshallah.
Oh, but they've run out. They've run out.
Oh,
But
that's
it
why.
says
You
notify
see?
me. Yeah. So if it
Mm,
says add to cart, so yeah, if it's low, so people are
mm.
buying the low stuff, and that's what I recommend that you. Again, I'm not a dealer.
Yeah, yeah.
This is what my thing is. I just
Yeah.
buy the lowest price item because for me, silver
Right.
is silver is silver. If I got
Right.
into collectibles,
Sure.
then I would start doing it. Right now, we just want to preserve our cash.
Yep. Not
Okay,
financial advice. Just
not
two
financial
brothers
advice. Exactly. This is what
shooting the
I'm doing.
breeze.
This is what we're doing. Exactly. Yeah, entertainment purposes only. Okay, so
Right.
let's move
Okay.
on because
Okay.
there's a bit to
Yes.
cover here.
Okay.
This is just another website.
Mhm.
I just wanted to show you another
Sure.
website that I trust,
MilesFranklin.com. Okay.
miles franklin.com. There's many, many more.
Right.
jmbullion.com.
Right.
Happy to, you're going to find that these guys are going to be um, slightly more expensive, but let's just take a quick look. Let's just take a quick
Sure.
gander
And by the
here.
way, platinum. Can I buy some platinum? I love
Yes, you
platinum.
can
I
buy
don't know
platinum
why.
from these guys.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Like, as far I know, we've been preaching silver here, but like, is platinum a good thing to have?
Um, I, it's another market.
It's less of a
It's,
sure bet,
it's,
you're saying.
it's certainly a preserver of wealth.
Okay.
Um, what is going to transact as money is the big
Okay.
question for me.
Okay.
And for all time, thousands of years,
Mhm.
5,000 years, silver and gold have been considered money.
Right. And the reason why you
Platinum,
like silver over gold is because of the ratio in the earth. Basically, silver is being undervalued, in your opinion.
silver is severely undervalued. That's right.
Okay.
By a factor of 8.
Factor eight, mashallah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's going to rise 8 times faster, in
Mhm.
my opinion,
Yeah.
than gold will rise as it reaches
Right.
the correct ratio it is to the Earth's crust.
Okay. Well, let me not let my ADHD derail you again. You were saying
Okay,
because yeah,
no problem. So in stock call for pricing. So they're not even giving the price here. They're not even giving the
priceless.
price here. Yeah,
Mastercard
it's priceless.
priceless.
So they'll call in. They're going to be expensive. It's not going to be cheap. Is
Yeah.
my guess.
Basically, you don't want to know.
Um. So moving along,
Ooh.
that was that Miles Franklin. Yeah, that was
Oh,
Miles
yeah.
Franklin,
Miles Franklin. Private safe
and
deposit
then
boxes on net.
and then yes. So then at the end of the next step is like, okay, now you're acquiring these bars and these coins. Where do you
Sure.
keep them?
Okay. Yes.
So the first place to keep them, the best place to keep them is on you. So you bury it in your backyard, and you literally have a treasure map, and you put that treasure map in your safe deposit box or someplace safe, and that's how you do it. If you have enough
So
land in the back.
let me push back a little because people are going to be like, well, isn't that's a little bit too much for me? Okay. But I can get a safe. You're saying put it in a safe and put that safe somewhere safe. In your
So
opinion, like literally bury it.
I suggest literally bury it.
I mean, treasure map sounds exciting. I'm not going to lie. But at least if I'm not going to do that, then I can buy a safe and I can keep it somewhere hidden in my house. Like in those movies, I'll cut out a piece in the wall and then I'll put like the Mona Lisa in front. Stuff for a lot. Or
Yeah,
like a tree.
yeah. But it's a target. It's a target. So it
Oh,
all depends on how much. It all depends on how much you're buying, right? If you're buying small amounts, let's say 2,000 ounces or
okay.
less,
Sure.
you can keep it at home,
Okay.
depending on where you live.
Uh-huh.
If you then decide that you want to store it, you do not want to store it in your bank, because the United
Right.
States has a precedence of going into your vaults and taking the gold out, not the silver, taking the
Well, the
gold
thing
out.
is, in wartime, it's basically like all rules are off, right? I mean, all bets
All
are off
rules
and
are
we can
off.
do what we want. I mean, that's why in
Yes, all
Florida we
rules
have
are off.
guns, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah,
Not
same in
for,
Texas. Exactly.
yeah.
So,
So where do you
so,
keep it then?
so,
Okay, I have a lot and I don't want to keep it in my house because I don't want to be a target. Now, where do I keep it? By the way, we have
so you
7 minutes
you
left.
you keep some in your house. You definitely want to keep some on your person, because if something happens and you need to move, or you need to transact,
Mhm.
and there's
Mhm.
no more money, you need to have enough
Accessible.
for, you want like 3 months worth of provisions that
Okay.
you should be able to purchase for.
Fair.
Ideally 6 months,
Fair.
right? If a holiday occurs, and
Yeah.
the people who are going to have the buying power if a bank holiday happens, which, in my opinion, the probability is low. Um, but if a bank holiday happens, then you're going to want to go and purchase, and then you want that much. Is it going to go for 6 months? Probably not.
What is
But
bank holiday?
Argentina, a bank holiday is when the banks are closed,
Like
and
President's
like
Day?
there's an uncertainty that has occurred. A war has occurred. Weimar Germany, Argentina, and there's a
Uh,
run on the banks. The banks close down. You do not have access to your money, and now what do you do?
so you're saying this has happened recently in these countries that you're mentioning,
It's
basically
it's
civil strife, war, and then they're like, we're shutting down like when Congress shuts down.
and the currency falls off the face of the earth.
Oh snap.
Now, this is happening today in Turkey. The currency is
Mm,
falling off the face of the earth, but there's no
right.
run on the banks, at least
Mm,
not that I'm aware of.
mhm.
Um, and people have been buying record amounts of gold in Turkey.
Mm. It haven't people, I mean, like in these countries, right? I mean, haven't we literally seen people watch their savings dwindle away? Like not just like once or twice. I feel like if you talk to older people, they're like always like, yeah, back in our home country, this happened. So it's like, I guess like at this point, what are we waiting for? Like it always happens, right?
That's right. That's right. Oh, what happened here?
It's okay. We have
Okay.
about 5 minutes left. So you're saying keep 3 to 6 months provisions worth on you. And then beyond that, I can't keep it in my bank because the bank might shut down, be like, LOL, see you
You
later. So where do I
Yeah,
keep it?
you can store it in a place like this, like a private
Oh,
safe deposit box.
I see.
Um, or and I've got still quite a bit more to go, so maybe we can just keep continuing. What we can do is we can log back off and log back in or something. Like, we can just continue and just finish this up.
Sounds good.
Um, there's a so you can do that. You can store it at Brinks.
Mhm.
They'll all cost. There's going to be a monthly or a yearly charge, and they'll cost money. That's
What's
why
the what's a
I don't.
reasonable amount to that I can live with? Okay, they're charging me X. What's reasonable?
It all depends on the value that you're keeping in there. It's a
But like
little bit difficult.
5%, 2%.
1%.
Okay. Okay.
It should be
All
less. It should be 1% or low.
right.
That's the party line,
Fair.
and it's still a lot. It's still $700, because if the price of silver begins to rise, let's say it goes to, 2,000 ounces, and it goes to $100, that's $200,000. 1% of $200,000. Think about it for a second. It's
Yeah,
two
but that's
thousand
first
dollars.
that's first world problems. You know what I'm saying? If I got that sitting
Yeah.
in the bank with these
Right.
guys with the ARs, I'm happy with that.
Right.
Keep that 1%.
So So another way to do it is to actually invest it. And I actually am doing this. So
Okay.
I'm a client of Monetary Metals,
Huh?
and it says here earn interest on gold and silver. So
Haram
basically,
interest, or right, what do you explain that interest, please, for
this is
Muslim
a
viewers?
lease. This is a lease interest. This is halal interest. So this is a lease. So what they
Oh,
do is
yeah.
they lease it
Okay.
out, and then you earn a return on it. It happens to be very very minimal, 2%, but it's a very unique financial product that's out there today.
Explain that, but just so that people really understand it, because people get scared. Even myself, you hear halal interest, like,
Yeah, I would
so what
I
exactly
would
does that
not
mean? Yeah.
I would not suggest this for a new person.
Okay.
There's zero fees associated. So
Okay.
what you would do is you would send your money, you would send your gold into a vault,
Uh-huh.
or purchase from them, and then they lease it out. So they lease it out usually as liquidity, or when to shore up collateral, but it's all insured, and
So okay.
the
Yeah.
replacement value, it's completely insured. The
Yeah.
replacement value will be silver. And I've asked this question several times because I'm
Yeah.
not interested in
Right.
the replacement value of $200,000 in cash,
Right.
if
Right.
they lose my silver, if
So what
something
are they
goes
going to give it
wrong with the
back?
silver.
So you're
So they'll
basically
give you,
renting out your silver or your gold. It's like having an apartment.
exactly.
You're renting it out. They're paying you rent, and then they'll give
That's
you
right.
back that equal amount in silver or gold.
So they'll give you that rental, right? And then when you're done, you
Yeah.
either renew or you don't renew, and you take it back.
But what happens if the collateral they used it for it fell through, and what happens if your money
If it
goes?
if it evaporates, if something
Yeah.
goes wrong,
Yeah.
you will be returned the equivalent amount in the same. You will not receive. You may not receive if you gave them single ounce rounds, and you gave them 1,000 ounces. You might get 1,000 ounce bar back.
But you'll get the equivalent. You're just not going to get in the
You'll
same
get the
form.
equivalent. You'll
Okay,
get the
but is
equivalent back.
this like, on the level of, um, certain family members that tell me I'll pay you back, and I'm not really sure if they'll
No,
pay
no,
me
no, no,
back,
no.
or,
Yeah, no.
and the U.S. government slash, actually somebody whose word is bond, or like,
Yeah, no.
so where is it on that scale?
This is an Arizona company, and I think Arizona has declared a gold standard in the state.
Inshallah.
And the I would, you have to do your own due diligence.
Right.
So I would definitely go and check out who they are and all of that. I knew the person, the CEO, not personally, but
Yeah.
I know his personality. I know who he is in terms
Yeah.
of the influence that he holds.
Okay.
And so he created this instrument, and I liked it, and I did it.
Okay, so we're gonna be closing out here. We can always start another one, inshallah. But overall, we know how to get the silver and gold. We know where to keep it. We know some
Yes.
practical things. Thank you very much, Brother Ammar. Like you said, last 10, let's go hard, inshallah.
Okay. Sounds good. Do we still have time?
No, we're out of time, but we can always
We're out of
restart,
time.
inshallah.
Okay, so let's come back.
All
Okay.
right. Assalamu alaikum.
Like and some.